In this video, we will learn about variable scope. The learning objective of this video are student know the scope of variables. And then the second objective is that student know the advantage of using local variables. Let us start by discussing what is variable scope. A program which consists of a main program and functions has two types of variable. They are local variable and global variable. Local variable is a variable which is only valid inside functions or main program where it is declared. And then global variable is a variable which is valid in any function and main program within a program. So this is the key. This valid in any function and main program. But for the local variables, it is only valid inside of the function and main program where it is declared. So this is the example of local and global variable. So here I have one program, and I do not write the include statement and then namespacing statement, but I just directly write this global variable. So there should be using namespace and then include something in here. But after this, using namespace, and then I just declare this variable, and this variable we can call as global variable. And then I have a function add, and inside of this add I have variable c, this one, and this is a local variable. Okay, this variable is only valid inside of this add, inside of this curly bracket. Okay, and we back to this global variable. This global variable will valid in any function and main program, and you can see that the declaration of this global variable, it is outside of any function and main program. That's why it is global. So here if you see in this function add that I assign b is equal to 5, it means that my global variable, this is my global variable b, which has the value of 3, then it changed into 5. In the subtract, I can also change b into 8. It's depend on this function call, which function call we do. If this is minus, so I will do the subtraction, so it will be 8. So this will be 8. So because this is subtraction, so I will do this and subtract a here. This a is local variable, and then minus b is global variable, which is 3. And what is a is the copy from here, which is 15. 15 minus 3, it is 12. And then b equal to 8, so my b will be 8, like this. So here in global variable, you can for the global variable, you can call everywhere, even in this main program. You can also calling b and doing assignment or any operation. This is also valid because b can be accessed anywhere. However, you cannot access c. Suppose like you do here c equal to 10. We have c here, right? But this belongs to the function add. So this is not valid if I call inside of the main program. So how to know the scope of the variable? You just see where it is declared. Okay, suppose like this a is declared inside of this curly bracket, then it will valid inside of this curly bracket only. But this one for this is local variable, and this is valid inside of this curly bracket, even though the declaration is outside of the curly bracket. This c, the declaration is inside of this curly bracket, so it will only valid inside of that curly bracket. What is the drawback of global variable? So although global variable give advantage which can be accessed everywhere inside of the program, yet it has a drawback. So the drawback is that global variable can be changed in any function. So it can be changed in any function. In the other hand, this can be an advantage. It means that the communication between function, it will be easier, or it will be shorter when we use global variable, right? However, in the other hand, this global variable also has the drawback in the same places, that is, it can be changed in any function. So why it's become a drawback? Because if an error or unintended change give to this global variable, then it will be difficult to locate. Difficult to locate means that which function change the global variable, and the value of the global variable, or it will give a logical error. So we have to track back which function give that value. So because many functions can access this global variable, then it will be difficult to locate. Which one is better, passing parameter versus global variable? So there are two ways of data interchange between function. The first is by passing value via parameter, as we have already discussed before, and the second is using global variable. So here you can communicate between function add and function subtract by reading the global variable b. So add can change the b, and then the change of the b from the function add can also be seen by the function subtract. So this function add and subtract can communicate each other. However, you can also do by passing this parameter. Okay, so there are two ways to do the data interchange. of several function and main program. However, passing variable via parameter is safer. It is safer rather than the global variable. Although using global variable is quicker to code. Why it is quicker to code? As you can see here, that function add and function subtract, they can communicate each other without giving b as the input parameter, because b is already become the global variable, so everyone or every function can access it. So this is quicker because we don't need to put in the input parameter. Yeah, slightly quicker. And the next is constant. This is also global variable. We can add global variable which cannot be modified anywhere in the program by using constant. So this is different with our previous global variable, which can be modified everywhere, but this constant cannot be modified. How to declare constant? You can put after the include, you can do this keyword define and then the name of the variable and what is the value, name and value. How about the data type? The data type will be converted based on this value that you give. If you put 20 and you give comma like this, then it will be float. If it is only 20 like this without this comma, then it will be integer. Now I hope you can answer this quiz. What are the definition of local and global variable? Local variable is a variable which only valid inside of a function or a main program. And then what is global variable? Global variable is a variable which is valid in any function and main program. What is the advantage and disadvantage of using global variable? The advantage is that it is quicker to code when you want to communicate between functions and main program, and the disadvantage is that the global variable can be changed in any function and main program, and if there is an intended change, then it is difficult to track back which function give that logical error. Then can we have a constant global variable? Yes, you can have constant global variable by define and then the name of the variable and giving the values. Okay, that's all about a function, and we will see another video which will discuss another topic. Thank you.